Good afternoon, friends. So today here we are for the third session for the sanitation and sterilization training. It's the English version third day training. So I hope you have catched up with the first and second day, and whoever have missed have watched the videos. You people have watched the orientation and how to give the exam, both videos, and it's helpful to you. In case other than that, if you have any queries, we can surely cover it in today's session once we are done. All right, let's wait for 2 minutes for a few more people to join in and then we'll start. So this is what you see is our infrastructure of the academy. This is the makeup studio where students practice. And for new people again, I am Kalyani Umrani from Impression International Academy. And we are into this industry for more than 30 years. My mother is also very active in it. And I personally am into practicing into this industry for last 24 years. All right, so we are a Cedesco school, City and Guilds affiliated school. We also conduct ABTC courses, and I'm an international examiner for Cedesco also. So hi Bikash Behra. So today I want to know from where all you guys are. Like I know it's not just Maharashtra state who's attending. There are people from other states as well. So I just want to would like to know from where all you guys are. विकास जी आप कहाँ से हो? Am I audible? मेरी आवाज आपको आ रही है? If yes, please type in the chat box yes, no. I can understand it's a working day for salon owners and you cannot make up at this time, but it's okay. That's the reason we are doing Facebook live so that आप बाद में भी जाके ये attend कर सकते हैं and you can watch these videos. Hi Simran. So let's start today's session. So I welcome you all again in the third session of sanitation and sterilization. Total sessions are going to be 5. We have already completed 2 yesterday and day before. If you missed out on the topics, please make sure you watch them so that you understand the next episode or the next part of this training. All right, it's not compulsory to attend all the sessions and give the exam. You can study on your own from the notes and give the exam. That's also absolutely right. Nothing wrong in it, but there are a lot of people who need help in understanding because this is quite a lot related to sanitation and sterilization. It is new for a lot of people, so people need some help, some hand holding. So that's the reason we are conducting all this. All right, so few people are asking for phone numbers. This is the slide on which you can take the phone numbers and our address. We are based in Pune on Ferguson College Road. So we run a salon and an academy as well. So please take a photograph of this slide in case you need the number and address. So let's start with the today's topic. Today's topic is how to take care of your salons and how to take care of your schools. If you are a school owner, that means an academy owner who conduct all kind of beauty courses for them. All right, so it's a very helpful training It's a very helpful, the notes are very helpful. One second. Let me just share the slide. If you guys have any questions, you can always post on any of our videos, or you can just send a WhatsApp message to us. What does today's topic is all about? Today's topic is all about understanding how to take care of your salons or your schools post lockdown. Now the lockdown is opening few cities of India, it's still there, but in this COVID times, how are you going to take care of your salons or your schools? Because we'll be having lots of clients coming in, students coming in. So the rule is not going to change uh, for your students nor your clients. So the temperature check or the hygiene standards, we are just going to follow the same. Let me share the PPT with you. All right. It's just downloading. Yeah, started. If you can see, it's CDESCO standard operating procedures for schools during COVID-19. So we have just tried to cover about the salons and about the schools together. One moment, let me just maximize the screen. Okay, so these are the guidelines given by CDESCO to us. Okay, so now everybody understands about COVID. It is not just for COVID that CDESCO is talking to us or communicating with us. How are we going to take care of the schools and salons? But it has to be the new normal throughout our life, because we are always in close contact, in close touch with the clients. So what is COVID-19? Again, to revise, it's a viral disease. So it can spread through nails, through skin, through hair as well. So COVID-19 is transmitted also through the droplets of saliva or mucus. That's the main origin. And if at all it is touched to the skin and those hands reach your nose or mouth or eyes, it definitely going to get affected with it. So when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or exhales, the droplet falls and onto the surface and the floors. What does this mean? That means if I'm sneezing or if I'm coughing, then what will happen if I touch the same hands? I touch a keychain or my computer or anything in my salon. I'm bound to uh, infect the person if the thing what I've touched is not disinfected before usage. Okay, so infection can take place by breathing in the virus. Okay, if you are in close contact with somebody who's infected, so you cannot make out if somebody is infected, because even the temperature is not too much, The person doesn't look pale. Now there are a lot of people who are asymptomatic. So you need to be really careful in these times. Now it's the time from July to almost October, November. We need to be more careful because of the spike which is going to rise in India. Okay. Touching a contaminated surface and then touching your eyes, nose, or mouth thereafter. So that's a wrong practice. In case in normal life also, if you're coughing or sneezing, it's it's bound to throw out some toxins. Whenever you cough or sneeze, there is a typical smell to it. Why? Because it carries a lot of toxins. So whenever you're coughing or sneezing, even after COVID, you need to be careful that you cover your nose, you cover your mouth with a handkerchief or a dry tissue. So that's very important. Now let's see what are the most common symptoms. So the most common symptoms, how do you that's why the medical stores, the pharmacies also are not giving any kind of cough, cold, or fever medications off the counter. Yeah, they are not allowed to sell because anybody can just suppress uh, the temperature, the fever what he's carrying, or his cough and cold, and just not go for a checkup. So that's a very right decision taken by government. So you need to go for a proper checkup, talk to your doctor in case of you find all these symptoms. So ideally it is suggested now that go to your family doctor who is honest enough to give you the right decision about it, right? So what are the most common symptoms are seen are fever, dry cough, and tiredness. So if you're quite tired, if you feel there's a lot of dry cough, okay, you're coughing but the cough is dry, and fever. So fever has to be at least above 100. Okay, so there are a lot of inputs given by the medical professionals about usage of oximeters in at homes or at salons as well. Okay, so that's the right thing again, because if the oxygen level drops below 90, then that can also show the person is not in a right uh, health, okay, health condition. It doesn't mean that if your oxygen level are below 90, that means you're corona positive, but that is one symptom. So just don't panic in any condition. You fear, if you fear everything, then it's definitely going to come and catch you. So don't be afraid of it. Yeah. Then what are the less common symptoms seen worldwide? Aches and pains for legs, hands, or headaches, sore throat, diarrhea, then conjunctivitis, eye infection, headache, loss of taste or smell, okay, a rash on skin or discoloration of fingers and toes. So just be a little alert about your body. Be alert about such symptoms with your staff members, with the people with whom you are staying, your family members. All right. So now with most common symptoms you see the less common, but what are the serious symptoms? So it's the difficulty in breathing or shortness of breath. That's something very serious, and the person needs to be admitted immediately. But I would always request that don't wait till such a last moment. There's a chest pain or pressure, okay, so angina, loss of speech or movement. So if the person can't move, or if he's feeling chest pain, or is not able to express, not able to talk, is breathless, then it's a serious symptom. So first understand the symptoms, because we have started working, we will be meeting a lot of people, we'll be meeting our staff, we'll be meeting our clients as well. So we need to be very, very careful. If you see such symptoms, stay away. So mask is inevitable, it's important, it's compulsory now if you want to save your life and if you want to be alive in 2020. All right. Now, familiarize yourself with new laws and regulations. This is very important. Health and sanitation laws and regulations. In India, we love not to follow the rules. So many people are there who don't like to follow the rules. But now it's very risky for yourself also and your family members also. So please follow what sanitation and health hygiene regulations or protocols given by the government of India. Okay, please identify and structure practices and policies that will need to be implemented. So structure certain practices and policies. Right in the first session also we have spoken about it, that putting up posters in your salon, washing hands, giving masks to your staff, giving masks to your clients. So these are the policies, these are the practices inculcated, used to break the corona chain. So please follow that. Implement employee CPD. CPD is continuing professional development. You need to develop your staff professionally also, and in all such health and sanitation laws and regulations as well. Okay, so develop certain protocols, develop certain SOPs, which are system operating procedures based on new health and sanitation rules and regulations for your salon or for your spa, or if you're running a beauty school, a beauty academy, okay, beauty institute. So whenever I'm saying school, it talks about the beauty schools, it talks about the hair school if you have one. All right, now let's see reopening and phase in approach of CDESCO schools. So in case you have a CDESCO school, these are the guidelines given by CDESCO. But these are very good guidelines. Worldwide people are following it. Worldwide certification is going on. So please guys, please follow this, because this is tried and tested. So you can't say this won't work in India, this won't work in my city, this won't work with us because people don't listen. I am from a very small town. No, if we all have to be alive till the end of this year and we have to follow the certain protocols, then please do follow it. Okay, now the very important part is change the employee scheduling patterns. So we are not going to call entire staff at one time. If your salon or your school is small, as it is, we are still not allowed to start the academies. Okay, no school, no organization is allowing to gather people more than 6 or 7 people in one room. So please, no classes right now, it's still not allowed. Just make sure if you're running a salon, then schedule the staff members timing. Okay, don't call everybody together. Create essential changes to student scheduling patterns. Same applied to students. Once we start, we roll on with the schools. Once we start with the the institutes, we have to call students in batches. We cannot call them together, for the only reason because we don't want many people breathing in a closed room. Okay, the environment has to be airy. People need to have 6 feet difference with distance with each other. All right, so same things, same norms of social distancing needs to be followed while you are running a beauty school as well. So please don't forget this, guys. Then access to Wi-Fi is important because the government of India has made Arogya Setu app a mandate to everybody who's going out of the house, who's working. So make sure that you download the Arogya Setu app on the smartphones in your salon. Okay, so Wi-Fi access is must, so that when the client comes, you need to tell the client to on his Arogya Setu app. So don't make it's like an on the spot thing for your client or your students. So make sure whenever you're taking appointments or scheduling any class, make sure you put that in your external communication and telling people that you need to download the Arogya Setu app while entering, and we will check it with the access to Wi-Fi, and if at all everything is okay, what all we'll understand from Arogya Setu app is whether the person is coming from the containment zone, or if he's corona positive, or any of his family members. So they're upgrading the app every week. So that's going to be very useful. So make sure you use Arogya Setu app in your salons. All right, then just make sure that you uh, tell your staff member to avoid public transport, staff members or your students. Ask them to come on their own bikes or in their own vehicle, in their own car, because public transport will definitely have a lot of touch points. If somebody is entering a bus, you will touch the handle, you will touch the seat. And as we all know, this COVID coronavirus is going to stay on the metal for more than 10 to 12 hours. Okay, so you need to train your staff, you need to train your students on how to sanitize once you enter the bus, and while you are exchanging money or any ticket or anything with the bus conductor. Okay, so just make sure you train people on small things. Okay, because you and me, we are taking training, we are reading notes, we are educated, but not all of your staff or your housekeeping staff is aware about all this. All right, then design okay, let's go to the private transport. So take private transport, as I explained. Then if you have any students already, on the verge of just getting their course done, if they have stopped it in March before the lockdown in India, then try to take their exams and just finish it off online or offline, whatever suits you. Okay. If you have new students and you're starting their courses, then as I said, please call people in batches. You should maintain social distance, minimum of 2 meters, okay, at least 6 feet distance. Okay. And while finishing of the courses, so we don't know till when we have to face the coronavirus pandemic, so we will have to be very careful at least for next 6 to 7 months. Even if the vaccine comes, it has to go through a lot of tests and trials. Yeah. And then how it reacts, is it a foolproof vaccine? So we cannot just ignore everything once the vaccine comes. So you cannot say, no, no, now I've taken the vaccine, now I can behave whatever, like in whichever way I want. I won't wear mask in salon, I won't wear the visor, I won't cover up my hair. This won't work, guys. So we need to take care of coronavirus unless and until WHO, World Health Organization, gives us a go that yes, it is subsided and now you can live the normal life. All right. But regarding the masks and regarding the other care, what we are discussing, let us take this care throughout our lives, whenever we are, till our last day of our salons. All right. Then, so who all have received the notes will get a detailed description of all this what I have explained right now. So in case you don't understand, read the notes, underline the important words, find out the meaning. Okay, in case you don't understand that also, then refer to the Hindi or Marathi notes. There are two versions already translated by ABTC India committee. So very good work done by them to make the notes easy to understand. So take that. We can give you all three notes, Marathi, Hindi, and English. Okay, now for social distancing standards in the entire school premises, as I was showing the slides of our school, our academy, initially, I'll show it at the end as well. So we have a lot of spaces wherein students can sit, have their lunch, or they can have their lockers. So you need to follow this social distancing norms, or job descriptions for employees, health and sanitation rules and regulation for staff, students, clients, very meticulously. You need to put up posters, you need to keep a training video which is continuously on in your on the televisions in your salon, or you can send it to your clients that we are following so many norms. All right. Then, now, for, as I said, for the students training schedule as well, we need to amend few things. We have to adhere to the new health and sanitation rules and regulations. All right. The students also have to wear the masks, gloves while working, then the shower cap to cover the hair. Then determine how the new health and sanitation rules and regulations will be monitored from employee and student. Now, it's not just about training, it's about how people are following, because people tend to forget. People don't want to follow the rules unless and until there is a fine, or unless there are few people who will give you a tough time, maybe from your staff or maybe from your students. But in this scenario, you just cannot be a little, uh, okay about it. You cannot be. So you need to monitor. If those people are not following, then you have to tell them, guys, please take a break, sit at home, and once you feel this corona pandemic is down, then you come down to the salon. All right. So I have seen a lot of people in these 2 months who don't want to follow the protocols of masks or social distancing. Please shun them away from the premises. Okay. Now, you have to train your employees, you have to train your students on recognizing the symptoms as well. It's not just knowing that about fever and the oximeter and the illness, but somebody needs to be smart enough to understand whether you see certain signs in your clients or the people who are meeting. Yeah. Then health and sanitation training for students and employees. You need to update and implement new sanitation rules and regulations. So we all have certain sanitation rules and regulations for staff, for students, for clients. But for the pandemic, you need to upgrade them. Okay. Then implement the no touch greeting policy, which is you can follow the Indian namaste, wherein you're not touching or handshaking or hugging the person in front of you. So even for staff, you should not allow, because all our staff members are going to meet after long time, after the lockdown. So they are excited. They're excited to take selfies. They're excited to, just meet and greet each other. But no, you cannot share tiffins as well, or you cannot share you cannot share similar glasses. You cannot eat from each other's tiffins, because in India, we all believe that sharing is caring, and we are people loving. So we want people around us, we want friends, we want staff, but just make sure you are, taking care of the hygiene standards. All right. Now schedule trainings on cleaning, disinfecting and sterilizing. Now you have to schedule a training. It is not that you have just given the notes to your staff, read these notes, ye notes padho or karo. No, you need a training. Sidesco has also given just the notes. Sidesco never said train people on this, but there are few institutes in Pune, Mumbai who are training people on this. All right, it's a very voluntary activity. It's not compulsory by Sidesco that we train you, but why we are doing? Because we want to raise the industry standards in India. We want to raise the bar. All right. So please make the most use of this. Pass on to your friends. Don't keep this knowledge only to yourself. Then PPE kits are compulsory. What is PPE kit? I'll be repeating in every lecture. It's not the PPE kit what the doctors use. The PPE kits is the full form is the personal protection protecting equipment. So even your hand gloves or your shower cap or your face visors are a kind of a protection kit, a personal protection kit. Then washing hand is mandate before after every treatment, and just make posters of all this and put all around your salon or school or your spa, because people tend to forget, people need reminders. Yeah. Then whatever waste or disposals you have in salon while these pandemic times, make sure you are putting them in a closed bin, in a closed bag, and then throwing them. Okay, don't keep anything open. Laundry has to be proper with hot water, soap, Dettol. Okay, a good quality detergent. Don't compromise on the quality of laundry. It's good if you use the disposable ones, but if you are the one who love doing laundry, who want the natural fabric feel, because there are certain salons, even in our salon we have both the options, but a lot of clients like the fabric feel. Okay, they say we don't want the disposable ones, but never use a napkin once used, or don't exchange in between clients. That's a very wrong trait, not just for corona, but please follow all this for your lifetime. It's not a good trait. Now sterilization methods, you all must be having this UV sterilizer in your salons. So that's not a sterilizer, that's sanitizer. We have learned yesterday it will not kill the germs entirely, like 99.9%. No, it will kill the germs only up to 50% or less than that, depending on the infection or the pathogen growth on that instrument. Yeah. There has to be a list, a checklist for students, for staff, whenever you give them some task about cleaning. Okay, clever screening of client is also important. It's not just how you ask the questions, if the client is filling the form, or if you are just dependent on the Arogya Setu app, because uh, people can uh, just bluff while giving information about whether they are well, unwell. So just keep these thermometers and oximeters handy at your salon. Just invest in that. That's very important. For the only reason that nothing wrongs, nothing contaminated, no infected person reaches the salon. All right. In case you have any query, please type in the chat box. Now let's see the protocol on entering schools and colleges. Very important. See, you if you make sure that right from the entrance you are taking care of the clients or the students, then everybody is going to be on toes, alert and more at peace, because everybody is taken care. Okay, there should not be a display of chaos. Anybody is entering, nobody's sanitizing the hands, or that way. There has to be a display of lot of discipline, and the discipline will start with the leader in you. You will be the leader as a owner, or you will be the leader as a staff, or there, I know there are a lot of salon managers who are part of this training also. So you are the leader, you have to follow all the protocols. Okay. Now make sure you have a visible signage which talks on hygiene and safety right at the entrance. So what are the questions, general questions you're going to ask is, were you having any kind of, a diagnosis with corona for last 14 days? Okay. Have you been quarantined by a medical professional or an agency? Have you met somebody who has just come in India? All right, in these 14 days. So there are certain questions which might be annoying to the client, but you need to be smart enough. Either you ask these questions while taking appointments, or you send them an digital form which they will fill up and send. Okay. Now you can see somebody is holding the metal handle at the entrance and they're pulling the door. Okay, what is the first thing they should do when they come inside is sanitize their hand. As we said, the coronavirus sets on the metal for more than 10 to 12 hours. So somebody who has already infected, who has coughed or sneezed and has have already touched that metal bar, then the person who is going to hold it again and open it is bound to catch the infection. Okay. So make sure your sanitizers are of good quality, which has 70% isopropyl alcohol base and good quality sanitizers. Temperature screener is a must, it's a mandate for all salons now. Okay. So make sure you are testing the client's temperature, student's temperature. If you are handling the client yourself, you are a therapist, then the receptionist or the manager has to check the therapist's temperature and then show it to the client that yes, the therapist is also safe. So it is not just for clients, it is for your staff as well. So while the manager or the reception is introducing the client to the staff member, that time receptionist should take the temperature of the team member, staff member, and show it to the client that you she has to check the oximeter as well and show that, see, check this, my staff is perfectly all right. Okay, why all this? For the only reason that your client should not carry any hesitation in the mind that whether the person who's handling me is affected or no. Then door handles, lift buttons, etc., to be disinfected after each person has entered and exited. So if you have a lift in that apartment, so just make sure there is already a sanitizer handy. People are not touching the lift buttons with fingertips. They are using the lift buttons with the elbow of the hand, or you can keep toothpicks or something like that in the lift, wherein people are pressing the button with the toothpick. Meter marker, barrier tape, or floor marking to ensure social distances are kept. See, you need to train people on all this, and this is a very inevitable part of your communication. So, what is meter marker? Can you see in the slide there is uh, photograph which shows that stop here, please keep safe distance. Maybe it is from some grocery mart or in a mall. So, in your salons as well, you need to tape all these areas. You need to fix where the client is going to enter, where they are going to stop, how they are going to approach. Maximum number of people entering school entrance reception area is advertised at entrance. Okay, so train people right at the entry. It cannot be like once they enter, you cannot tell them please go back and please stand here. The protocols need to be designed, whether they are allowed to touch the bell, whether they are going to press the bell, or are you going to keep the doors open. Okay, one photograph in the slide shows that somebody is cleaning it, so it's very important, if somebody has touched the door handles, they need to be cleaned. Then there are very important screening questions. Contact with anyone diagnosed with COVID-19 or who was sick and quarantined in last 14 days. So make sure you ask all these questions in a very humble way, in a very professional way. You cannot ask straight questions. All right. So there needs to be a, maybe you can design a Google form, you can design a digital form which talks about, how you are going to talk to your students or how are you going to communicate with your clients. Make sure in your questions you ask them about the cough, cold, difficulty in breathing, sick or quarantined in last 14 days, because now it's time we can ask these straight questions, but in a very gentle manner. Okay, maybe 2 3 months back we never had so many cases in India, but now it's time. In every city we are finding a lot of patients, so please ask these questions. Just make sure or ask them whether they were in contact with anyone who was symptomatic for last 14 days, maybe somebody in their friends or somebody in their family. Okay, does not have fever or over 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. So check about the fever also, and check about the past history also for last 15 days. It's not just about that time, because sometimes your temperature, the infrared gun can also deceive, because if the person has just washed the face, if they have just put water on the forehead, okay, the fever won't be seen in the digital meter. Okay, so you cannot diagnose just based on that. So we let's encourage our client, students, employee to sign the above information on a digital form or a paper. I would suggest avoid papers because there would be more touch points and more people will touch the pen and paper. And as we all know, the COVID virus stays on paper, on your currency, on your notes, on the pens for a longer time. So even if you're going to banks, if you're signing checks in salons, make sure you don't use each other pens. You don't use each other's phones. The phones also needs to be sanitized. All right, now let's see how the reception area should look and how we are going to keep it right for this corona pandemic. Install plexiglass safety shield. What is plexiglass? The one which you can see over here. The reception is handling the client, they're giving money, but there is a glass, what you see in banks and certain financial institutions, wherein only a little access is given to the off counter and the on counter person. So try to do something like this. Evaluate seating areas to meet requirements of social distancing. If you have lot of chairs placed next to each other in your salons, just remove them. Make sure you put them 6 feet away. So if there's not much place, either just put one chair or just put one or two chairs and ask the client to come on the uh, given appointment time. Okay, so in case your client is getting late, or if the earlier appointment has reached late, make sure you call the client who's going to come next and talk to them that, ma'am, can you please come after 10 minutes, or sir, can you be in the car please, because my earlier client is not yet left. Okay, so I think communication, as in every session of mine I tell, communication is your key to success. How are you communicating with students, how are you communicating with client? The communication has to be clear, it has to be crisp, it has to be to the point. Okay, and it has to be time and again. It just cannot be, I just told them, I tell them so many times, but my staff don't listen or client don't listen. You have to be very patient enough in communicating all these things to your clients or your students. Now it's very important for every salon or every school to clean and disinfect high touch areas constantly, where their beauty students or makeup students are there, or wherever your clients are, the payment gateways, like wherever they are paying, or if your staff is using the computers or the door handle. These are the high touch area points. Okay, then your carpets, floors and furnitures, as we do, everybody does it in the salon, that we clean it every day, but in this corona pandemic we have to at least clean them after every 2 hours to avoid extra work, to avoid too much of workload for the housekeeping team. Let's remove all unnecessary object. Okay, for clients, do not put up any kind of magazines, as we know that coronavirus stays for a long on the papers, newspapers as well. School attendance register is to be filled out by one staff member. So if you are running a beauty school and when the student reach you, somebody is some schools or some salons take the biometric attendance, but few of them still follow the old register format. You can always keep one person to fill that registration form, so there are less touch points. So remember this word called as less touch points. Okay. Then in reception area, we take treatment bookings, we are on phones, we are on emails. Okay. So make sure you avoid on-site bookings, a walk-in customer. Make sure you take appointment prior. You tell your students when to come, when to leave. Okay. And roll out your batches accordingly. Staff reception area members to wear PPE kit. This is also very important. Now again, PPE kit, I have seen a lot of salon advertising showing the entire staff member looking like a doctor in hospital. This is stupidity, sheer stupidity. We are not supposed to wear the doctor's PPE kit. Doctors are at much higher risk when they are inside the ICU or inside the hospitals. For us, PPE kit is three layered, triple layered mask, hand gloves, shower caps, and a disposable apron. That's our PPE, personal protecting equipment. So don't buy those heavy PPE kits. Your your staff suffocates in that. They sweat so much in that. All right. Staff members must always adhere to social distancing. So in case by mistake a client comes closer to you while talking, then the staff member should gently, humbly request them, let's stay away and I'll discuss, ma'am. Let us not come together. Okay, let us follow the social distancing norm. So train your staff, because if the client is approaching to your staff and the staff just walks away, that looks very, very indecent. All right. So you need to, do a lot of trials. You need to do a demo drill and show it to your staff and to your students how you're going to, very elegantly or very in a very well mannered way, going to handle certain clients who don't follow the social distancing norms. Okay. And my request would be that just put up all these posters, like what you can see right now as safe measures, keep safe distance in all your rooms, even at the reception as well. So that, as I always say, people need reminders, and people need very gentle and kind reminders. People are already bored with all these instructions given by the government, given by uh, given by so many other organizations. Wherever you reach, everybody is going to check your temperature and sanitize your hands. So people are getting little bored and frustrated with all this. But as a salon owner, as an academy owner, you need to be really patient while handling all this. Okay. So train your staff accordingly. I can just finish this training by reading out the point and ask you to give the exam. But I feel, if with lot of experience, with lot of authority in training, I should give you the reference and context to every sentence what is given here. Okay. So what are contactless payment? Contactless payments are your Google Pay or any kind of digital gateways. Okay. So just make sure that you don't take the credit cards, or you avoid taking currencies, because even if you take the notes, if you take the currency, you need to quarantine them, spray an alcohol on them, keep it in the drawer for 12 hours and then touch. So this is a lot of care for the notes, for the currency what we use. Now in salons, and we all believe that sharing is caring, we are like atiti devo bhava, the Indian culture. But please avoid serving any kind of beverages to your clients. If you want to serve, give them disposable cups. I would recommend that ask your client to get their own water bottles. If they want to have coffee, tea, they can just get a flask, and in that they can carry their coffee or milkshake or whatever they want. Okay. But you give this idea to the client whenever they are calling you for the appointment. Client won't think so much. Okay. Definitely they would come to your salon for that great coffee what you offer, but right now just avoid. All right. Then when you go to the retail area, it needs to be clean, disinfected shelves and the retail products. The display area should not have more than one product in the rack or in the shelf. Why? I'll tell. Remove testers that may cause sanitary concerns. So a lot of people will go take the testers, take it on their hand, use it. They do it very innocently, they do it very unknowingly. But if somebody is a corona carrier, they might put all the contamination on the tester. So keep one person on desk or on your reception counter who is giving the samples or testers to your client. They need to sanitize the hand before, then touch the bottle. Make sure the client gets the tester, they use it, and again they sanitize the hand, your staff member. So there has to be a protocol for every action. Store most common use testers in a sealed disinfected container in an accessible location not visible to guests. See, we need to communicate. What will happen? The guest will feel, oh, the shelves and the retail products are not for sale. Everything is empty. But why we have kept it empty? Because to avoid the contamination. So make sure you put up a big board which says, please ask for assistance. All the products are kept inside for your safety so that we reduce the touch points. Please ask us if you need any product. So communicate. Again, communication is the key. Print and post sign notifying guests that testers are available upon request. So put up a signage which talks about the use of testers. Employ social distancing requirements in retail area. So in that case also you have to make sure people are away from each other. They are standing away from each other. Okay, they are not. If you have a special separate retail outlet outside your salon, outside your school, then only one customer at a time or 6 feet distance between two customers, two clients. Now whatever norms you are following for your staff needs to be followed for your students as well. So again, when you come to students, it's compulsory that all students sign the attendance register on entering and leaving the college. Okay, so I would request you, urge you to go on for biometric if possible, or else ask the students to sign the register with their own pens. So there are again less touch points for the pen as well. Now, mandatory three-ply mask and gloves to be worn when entering the school by all staff and students. So masks are mandatory everywhere in the world, in not just in India. Okay, so make sure you don't allow people to enter your schools or your beauty salons without the mask. In case the students are not able to work on another student or model, the school may supply mannequin heads for practice and gloves filled with floor or manicure pedicure for manicure pedicure practice. Okay, so make sure that you are taking care of the students practice. Just provide them with mannequins for facial or any kind of makeup practice or something. Okay, avoid being making them stand close to some client or any model. Next slide. Staff members, employees, students are all our responsibility, so we need to behave very responsibly. All right. So ensure that students and other staff colleagues change masks and gloves regularly. This is very important. Okay. Don't allow them to put the mask anywhere on the table, anywhere in the makeup kit, anywhere on the reception counter. All right. They need to make sure that they take care of their mask, gloves. Once the gloves are used, they need to cut it, tear it off, and throw it in the dustbin so that there is no reuse of it. Even the masks, I would always suggest that they need to be cut and thrown so that nobody use it for any other purpose later. Hand sanitizer is a must at the reception while entering. So keep a hand sanitizer and ask the students to carry a sanitizer in their bags as well. Okay, they're very nice hooks which you can put it on your purse, or male can, if you have male students as well, then they can put it on in the belt hooks. Okay, so the sanitizer is handy with them. Each staff member is encouraged to bring individual hand sanitizer. This is very important. So you can just gift an hand sanitizer to every staff member and ask them to carry it every day. Okay, staff, just like students, are encouraged to drive in outdoor clothes, change into work clothes, and keep them in a sealed bag. This is at most importance, and you will have to follow this. This is for taking care of your staff, your clients, and you yourself, because even if you are at risk, that's not going to do any good to you. Okay, so now see, whatever clothes people are wearing and traveling, you need to make sure that they change into the proper uniform or the clothes what your school or your salons are offering, for the only reason that if in case their clothes or their belts or whatever they are wearing and coming, they are not contaminated and they are not going to, you know, spread it inside the school or the salon. So it is very important to ask them to remove the clothes, put it in a sealed bag, give them drawers, or give them closets, compartments, what you call as the uh, I just skipped the word. What do you call it? Closed compartments and the rack, or the lockers, what we call. Yes, the lockers for students. So students should put the clothes in the lockers in a sealed bag. Okay, clean towels to be used between every client. That's mandate, and most of us who run the salon in a very good way, we know that we never exchange the towels of one client to another. Okay, can you just see somebody is walking over here with different clothes, and when she enters, she's into different clothes. Okay, and those clothes are packed in a proper plastic bag. Okay, and how do you work? Wash your hands, then only take out the mask, fold it inside out, and then throw it. Okay, fold the mask, if possible cut it with a scissor and then throw it. Okay, or you can wrap it with a tissue paper, cover it, and then throw. But make sure don't touch the outer surface of the mask, or if you in case you are touching, you have to clean your hands, because the outer surface of the mask can carry any kind of infection. All right, so just be careful with every action what you are doing. You are safe till you are there at home. Okay, once you are out, you are bound to face the infection. All right, then shoes must be disinfected, and or shoe protectors must be worn. So these are the shoe protectors, if you can see. Okay, these are disposable ones, so you can just put it outside your salon for clients to put cover their shoes or whatever sandals they're wearing. Okay, that would be good. All staff members and students to sign the attendance register on entering and leaving. Why this is important? Because you need to keep a track that who is entering at what time, who is going out, who is going without, you know, informing the manager or their teacher, especially with students, because they take smoke breaks, they take tea coffee breaks in between, go out, they might touch few certain areas where there are infections already. So we have to make sure that once your student or staff enters, they are going to exit the salon door once everything the day is done, and they cannot come back. Okay, now, all staffs and students should have this Perspex face cover mask. This is very, very important. Can you see this? While you are giving makeup service or any kind of service, this is mandate, even with the mask. Develop a plan for assigning lockers, keeping in mind social distancing. So you need to assign lockers to your students, to your staff. The lockers should be disinfected on daily basis, inside out. See how much care we have to take for this COVID times. Yeah, then, and can you see in every slide we are talking about maintaining safe distance, usage of mask. So why we would have also just given you notes and we would have told you, okay, just go read notes and pass the exam, but we wanted to do something more for you so that you understand it well. Now let's see how the classroom or the treatment area should be. A hand sanitizer dispenser to be mounted on the hand basin. Can you see? Okay, there's a hand wash kept, the lady is using the sanitizer, so you can use those foot paddle ones, paddle pump ones, which where the touch point is less. Okay, antibacterial hand soap to be available at the hand basin. So make sure you invest in good quality soaps also, because as I said in yesterday's session where we taught sterilization sanitation, that everybody is pivoting their business, nobody has work, and a lot of people have lost their jobs, lost their salons. Then everybody wants to sell masks, they want to sell disposables, they want to sell sanitizers, they want to sell soaps. Okay, that's good, I don't mind anybody doing that, but make sure they are, whatever you're buying, don't buy just because you know that person, but buy because that product is good. Don't compromise on 100, 200, 500 rupees and buy something cheap which will not get the infection away from your hands or your staff's hand or your student's hand. So please buy everything which is properly guaranteed and which is of good quality. Okay, so in, if possible, give paper towels, keep paper towels in the washrooms. Okay, and if you have this hand basins um, with a handle, train your students, train your staff to use them with elbows. Okay, to open the taps, and you need to demonstrate this to staff or students in front of them before commencing the classes or before commencing the salon. Yeah, then students have to sanitize clients hand and feet also before commencing the treatment, so keep it in a spray form wherein they sanitize the client's hands, feet, even if they are taking the client for waxing. Very, very important. Now this is where actually the client is watching you, and the client or the staff is entering a zone where they are going to touch each other's, they are going to touch face, the staff is going to put the hands on client's face or doing makeup or waxing, whatever, okay, on the body. So the workstation should be cleaned in front of the client after every use and before every use. Gloves, masks, and face screens are to be worn during all treatments. So you can't say, because I'm doing a haircut, I'm standing behind, so I don't want to wear a mask or I don't want to wear a face shield. No, you can't do that. You have to have the mask whenever you are in a close contact with your clients. Depending on the treatment, the model client must wear a mask. So, depending on what treatment you are doing, please keep changing the masks after clients. Where possible, use disposable implements. This is very, very important so that you don't have the botheration, the tension about cleaning each and every material. So your makeup sponges, your manicure, pedicure, emery boards, everything, just make sure you clean them after every use or you use disposable ones. It's very important, if you are using metal instruments, you need to sterilize them in front of the clients. This is very important. Even though you have sterilized them, sanitized them, make sure you show the client that, ma'am, sir, I'm sanitizing the products in front of you, I'm sanitizing the bed. Even if you are a hairdresser, whenever you are done with the haircut, clean the chair in front of the client, and don't ask your housekeeping staff to do that. If your housekeeping staff is cleaning the hair, make sure your the hairdresser or the colorist, whoever are working on that chair, they are cleaning the chair on their own. It displays a lot of concern, lot of care to the client that yes, I am in safe hands. All right. Sealable waste paper bins and sharp containers are compulsory in the classroom. So it's very important that all your dustbins, all your bins are covered, the containers are covered, and you train people on how to dispose of the material used. This is a mandate for your students also and for your staff also. So wearing gloves while handling waste, train your housekeeping on this. Gloves should be worn while even cleaning the floor or your machines, gadgets, or the instruments or furniture, whatever. Portable perspex screens are for all manicure stations. So if you are a nail artist, if you have a nail bar, okay, so this face shields are a must. So if, see, if possible, you can buy these. All right. And there are certain perspex screens or boxes for facials also. So once government of India allows us to start with facials, we need to have while doing facials as well. Appropriate hygiene disinfectants to be used before and after every treatment. That is very important. It is not just you are showing it to client, it's all like show off, I'm sanitizing and all, but it has to be mandate in your protocol of treatment. If you are touching a spray bottle in between, or if you're touching, a bottle of cream in between, make sure you clean all the outer areas properly. Now, certain clients, certain students for whom they're practicing facial and all in the classrooms, the client tend to feel a little cold when they're sleeping. Okay, sometimes when they doze off, and we all know that once we go in a deep sleep, we start feeling cold because the body temperature lowers 1 or 2 degree. In that case, most of us put blankets or bed sheets on client's body. So make sure they go for wash after every use. Give all these laundry instruction to your students. Ask them to carry enough laundry so that they complete the client. They fold the laundry, take back home for washing. And this is how we also work. We give the entire laundry to students, and our students clean them at home and get it for their practice. For the clients, we do the cleaning, we do the laundry in our salon, and majorly disposables. We use disposables. Okay. Now, it is very important that the perspex face cover masks are clean. All right. So, train your staff while going back home in the evening. They have to sanitize it. They have to, put it for drying. They have to clean it with soap, warm water. They just cannot keep this as it is. Okay. They need to clean after the clients are done. Now, it's very, very important for all your rooms, as we discussed in earlier slides as well, that the door handles, light switches, tables, treatment tables, trolleys, workstations, electrical equipment, workstations, chairs, your magnifying glasses, before and after every use, you need to sanitize them. Even your dryer handles, your wires, your iron machine, your tong machine, everything needs to be sanitize before and after use, darlings. So please make sure you follow all these norms. All right. Then it's a very interesting study, and please ask us for the notes, or please ask us for the once you're done for the examination code or the examination link. More than 150 people have already appeared today. Also, we have got a few codes, and 20 people will be appearing today for the exam. So it's going on really well. And you those who are all have queries related to how to give the exam, how to reappear, please watch the videos, because most of you keep asking the same questions. Yeah. Then sanitation, laundry procedures, disinfection and sterilizing equipments. So sanitation, about your laundry procedure, disinfections, there has to be steps. Mix all disinfectants according to the manufacturer's directions. So just to save on the product, don't put too much of water, too much of any mixing agent in your disinfectant. Please read manufacturer's directions, please. Because yesterday also, while I was training you on the chemical sterilization and all, it was there in every slide that please follow what the manufacturer is saying. Wear gloves during sanitation sterilization procedures. Okay. So whenever you are doing any kind of cleaning procedures, gloves are must. Before putting in the gloves, also use a sanitizer. Wash and disinfect all brushes, tweezers, other non-disposables. So whatever you are using, make sure before opening the drawers, before opening the closets, before opening the cupboards, sanitize your hand and then touch the cupboard. All right. Then wash implements thoroughly with antibacterial soap and dry them off first before placing in the disinfectant. So make sure you disinfect all the instruments, whatever are used, with antibacterial soap. Yesterday we learned about disinfecting, sterilizing. So you know everything now. Once disinfected, place used instruments, implements in a sterilizer, autoclave, or glass bead sterilizer. So whatever autoclaves or sterilizers you are going to use in your academy or in your salons, follow the timing, follow what things to be used in that as a chemical. All right. Ensure that sterilizers are tested regularly. It's not like you are using a sterilizer for ages, okay, and there's just that a light which is inside, but that sterilizer should actually work upon your uh, instruments. All right. Store sterilized items in UV cabinet. This is very important. Yesterday we have seen this very well, that the UV cabinets are to maintain, to retain the hygiene, what hygiene procedures, what you have followed, what you have, the instruments what you have cleaned. Just to retain that, we are going to use the sanitizing cabinets. Yeah. Now change the disinfectants to comply with manufacturer's directions. So whatever you are using, whatever the manufacturer said, use once, use twice, use it accordingly. Okay, don't reuse. You need to have a record details and a logbook for all the products what you are using, when the instruments are cleaned. So create a logbook. Okay, as I said, monitor it, whether the housekeeping staff is really cleaning it or not. Now there's a protocol for removing the gloves also. Do not touch the skin. Okay, remove them inside out, cut them and put them in a closed bin. All the containers, as I said, please wipe them every day. Clean the counter, sink, surfaces, floor mats with disinfectant daily and within the 3 hours interval. So it is not that, yes, we did it in the morning, we'll do in the evening, but in between also we have to clean the surfaces. Now, safety shield is a must after every customer. Where possible, use laundry and towels, especially in restrooms. So use quite a lot of disposables if possible. If you don't want to create so much of trash, then for every customer you need to give them separate towels, separate gowns, everything. To avoid cross infections, contaminations, roll inside of linen and sheets inward so that the used side is inside. So whenever you're folding the used material, the side which is used should be folded in, so that in case the client who was there sleeping on the bed was a virus carrier, you will always put them for wash in a safety manner. Okay, you don't spread the virus when the laundry is in the bin, the laundry bin. So while you're storing these also, when you're storing these linens and the soiled material, put it in a closed container. Launder clothing, towels and linen according to manufacturer's instructions using the warmest allowed water setting. So you need to check with the manufacturer whether you can, put them in hot water, whether you can put some Dettol or any kind of bleach. First check and then only use, otherwise you will lose the quality of laundry. So laundry disinfectant liquid can be used to disinfect towels during the rinse cycle or the bleach, while you bleach the laundry. So it's very, very important that if you're using bleach or any kind of liquid, you need to know the rinse cycle, you need to know the wash cycle. Ensure that all implements remain in the disinfectant liquid for the correct amount of time. Do not leave implements for longer than recommended time from manufacturers. Otherwise, just going behind this cleaning, you will lose the quality of your brushes or your tools. All right. Even while cleaning the hair dryers and all, make sure that you are cleaning the surfaces. You're not putting the water inside any kind of machine. All right. So we have a lot of dressing rooms for students, for clients. So make sure there's one client in one dressing room. Okay. And once one person is done, the second one goes, or there has to be a 6 feet gap. Give them a sealed plastic bag to put their belongings, including jewelry, purse, everything needs to be in a plastic bag. Can you see this? That way. If possible, give them disposable gowns, ropes, spa wraps, face masks, and slippers available for client. If your client is ready to pay extra for all the disposables, then charge for disposables. There's nothing wrong, because after every training, people ask, are we allowed to charge the client for disposable? Yes, because it is for their safety. If not available here, available, have clean garments wrapped in plastic on the chair. Okay. So make sure the garments, whatever you're using for the staff, for the clients, needs to be wrapped in a plastic and put it for wash. Now, how your restroom should be clean and disinfected. High touch areas such as door handles, light switches, everything. If you have a restroom connected to dressing rooms, then Same thing, you have to clean the toilets, toilet seats, handles, get it cleaned from your housekeeping team. All right, this is all about training your team, guys. So make sure you train your staff, you pay them well, you pay extra to your housekeeping staff if they are working very hard in your salon. Okay, because every day the work for housekeeping staff has gone really up. All right, then if there you have staff breakout rooms or student breakout rooms, same thing, the touch points, that the hard surfaces needs to be cleaned often. Okay, establish occupancy limits. You have to restrict that not too many students are going to sit in one breakout room, or not too many staff members are going to sit in one breakout room. There has to be social distancing norm, no, given by a local government body or whatever CEDESCO is trying to teach us, trying to give the protocols to us. So please, guys, follow social distancing even in the breakout rooms, even if you go for a hand wash near the wash basin. Okay, stand away from the person who is washing hands, who's closer to the sink or the basin or the backwash. Don't stand close to them. Remove shared publications, newsletters if you have anything placed in your staff rooms or in your students' breakout rooms. All the areas needs to be well ventilated. Avoid close contact with people who are feeling sick. If they're not feeling sick, please ask them to go home, take rest, take some medication, talk to doctor. Okay. Then all these reminders are for your staff, your clients. Do not touch eyes, nose, and mouth in between. If they want to touch, they need to sanitize and touch. Wash hands frequently. We all have, used to it now for last 3 4 months, how to wash hands and how to take care. Coughing or sneezing should be in the tissue. Please train people on these basic manners. Throw the tissue in a sealable bin. Just do not keep it on a basin or a counter wherein somebody is going to touch it. So once the tissue used, please throw it out. Lot of people have a very bad habit of cleaning, keeping the mask, keeping their handkerchiefs, keeping the tissues on tables. So please, guys, avoid this. Clean and disinfect frequently. Again, general procedures will tell you clean, keep everything clean and neat. Now, it's very important that you put up visible signages everywhere, in student breakout rooms, in the washrooms, in the working rooms as well. Ask your staff, give them a logbook to check the refilling of soap dispensers, hand sanitizer, disposable towels time and again. As this point says, charge 20% more for the service of providing additional sanitation and PPE such as disposable gowns, masks. So whatever costing comes to, it comes to closely 150 200 rupees depending upon what treatment you are giving. Okay, you can charge that much if you are providing all that. And make sure while taking appointments you are telling the client that ma'am or sir, we are going to charge you extra for this, and it's compulsory. Even the Arogya Setu app is compulsory. All right. Ensure that the school is fully stocked with antiseptic, disinfectant spray, PP supplies, mask, gloves. So it should not be that clients are coming, students are coming, and everything is over. If you have students, then ask them to get everything what is mandate. If you have staff, then you have to provide it inside the salon. Now there are certain emergency procedures and how you're going to handle them. Don't panic, don't be afraid. Okay. First thing, if you find somebody suspected, send them back home, call doctor or medical care, encourage self isolation. Please tell them that please go back home, take rest. Okay. They should not go directly to doctor consulting room. Anybody who is at high risk. Okay, because other patients can also be at high risk. If there are severe symptoms what we saw in the first 2 3 slides, if they are feeling very ill, need care, contact the emergency hotline or the emergency services of your country, your state, your city. Okay, send the employee to that department, to the nearest healthcare facility. They have said that do not travel with the potential infected person, but I feel that's very inhuman. Okay, so make sure you are covered with everything as your personal protecting kit and take that person to a right doctor. But for calling up emergency services, make sure you have all the helpline numbers handy. Okay, so even if there are no cases, so no such cases in your salon or your school, make sure you have all these numbers listed, put up on your uh, the reception desk or the reception counter or saved in your phones. Follow complete hygiene. Disinfection should be suspected. Okay, so it's very, very important that you follow all these hygiene protocols. Now, every slide is telling you to print, post sanitation rules, communicate with employees, do a role play, communicate to students, do a role play, how they're going to take care, set up process to gather feedback, take feedback from students or staff, and understand how you're going to handle this situation. Okay, you can take a feedback after 4 weeks of continuous following the protocols. Now, how we have internal communication, we have internal communications, we should have external communications as well. What are external communications? Send welcome back emails to students and clients informing of the school reopening and the new procedures. Okay, so be in touch with your clients, with your students. Send them sanitation practices and policies, what you are going to follow in your salons or schools now in this COVID times. How you have changed the payment to contactless payments. Okay, visually show the difference, how the school looks now, because we are not going to keep the chairs next to each other. How social distancing is important in every way, even they are practicing. Okay, reopen dates when you are opening the schools, tell it to your clients and students. Thank your client and students for the loyalty they have shown in the lockdown by not going with any other uh, school or with any other salon. All right. Now, in case if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, because we are done with today's session. All right. So in case you have any kind of questions, please feel free to ask. So can I see any questions? Anita Dole, ma'am, can I send screenshot for message massage? You give a number, but I don't have re-exam link. Anita, I don't understand why you have to give re-exam, because it is allowed 3 times and it's the same link which is going to come. Please read your mails. Anita, you can call on that number in case you are facing so much of problem, because I don't know why you are only facing so many problems. Okay, so please call on the number which is given, 960-700-2211. Please call on that number so that somebody helps you from the team. But there is no re-link, as everybody knows. अगर आपने वो देखा है वीडियो जिसमें मैंने बताया है कि सेम लिंक आपको 3 बार यूज कर सकते हैं, तो वापस रील, और हम लोग आपको कुछ भी हेल्प नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज इट इज ऑल ऑटो जनरेटेड. इवन इफ यू राइट टू सिडेस्को विल टेल यू कि मैम प्लीज रीड द मेल, बिकॉज दैट मेल इज गोइंग टू टेल यू कि आपको रीअपियर करना है या आप पास हो गए हैं. इवन वी कैन नॉट टेल दैट. ऑल राइट. So please guys, help yourself and help us to reach more people. Okay. And if you have any other queries other than these, like the repeated same queries about how to give the exam, what is this exam all about, because we have answered it in the orientation and I have been talking about it n number of times. So it's there in the orientation video. Okay. All right. So let us end today's session. We are done with 3 sessions, 2 more to go on bacteriology, on viruses, and how to keep yourself away from the infections. Exam time kitna hai, Neeta ji? Please watch the orientation video. There's no time as such. They have given you enough time to answer 25 questions. So any questions about exam, please watch the exam orientation video. All right. So thank you so much. Watch these videos, read the notes, because only videos are not going to help you to give exam. Make sure that you read proper notes and then give the exam. So I thank you all for attending this session and helping this sanitation and sterilization reach every salon, every school. Okay. Thank you, and please share these videos. Bye. See you tomorrow at 2 p.m.